Riches, if you are new here, hello, my name is Brittany. I'm going for the wet hair look today. I can't even with myself, but today we are going to be doing my April palette rankings. I just realized I forgot to put mascara on underneath my lashes, but I come back every single month and do these. Every palette that I used in the previous month, so I usually do these on the first of the following month. So today's day first. Today is May 1st. So I'm going to be sharing with you guys and ranking all of the palettes that I used in the month of April. So if you guys do like these types of videos, don't forget to thumbs them up or thumbs it down. If you're hate watching, I see you as well. And these were inspired from Kelsey Brianna J's ranking type videos. She was the first person that I saw do ranking videos, so I always make sure to credit her for the idea. And then there's people that do ranking videos all the time, and I just like doing these because it kind of keeps me in the line of, hey, make sure you're using the shit that you already have. So some of these I have not used a ton of times. I'm going to give you my thoughts. I have 7 palettes to rank for you guys today. And if you guys follow me on Instagram, you see me post pictures. I'm doing TikToks. I'm doing all the sort of shit. So if you want to see me use these type products, and I also do a lot of like get ready with me style videos as well. So if you're new and you like that type of stuff, subscribe. And let's dive into my number 7 eyeshadow palette. I have all these linked down below so you guys will know which ones I'm talking about. And I'm actually kind of prepared today. You'll see. So my number 7 palette is going to be the Dior. These are the quints. The Dior, what's the exact name? The 5 colors or colors. I don't know how to pronounce this shit. This is from the Summer Dune collection in the shade. That's the wrong one. I have the shade Dune is what I'm ranking at number 7. I'm ranking this at number 7 because these swatches, like whenever I swatch these, there's 3 shades in here that look so insanely similar to one another. I did a dedicated video to the Dior Summers collection, and I'm like, okay, listen, here's the deal when it comes to these Dior quints. I have established that I think that they are beautiful formulas. They're just not typically what I look for in my eyeshadow. So for these, it's going to give you something that's more of like a, how do I want to say it? I think this is definitely more of like a more mature vibe as far as you don't want anything like obnoxious. You wouldn't want something necessarily like what I'm wearing today. You'd want something that's a lot more natural, something that's very flattering. Like the textures of these formula, I do understand the appeal with these because they are very flattering, especially on texture. I have this shade right here. I have all these palettes on my eyes today. It's basically in the highest point of my crease. And that's where I say with these eyeshadows, they have such a beautiful like luminescence to them. And you would think for satins or like almost like a sparkly satin, usually I stray away from those because I do have more textured eyelids. And these formulas don't accentuate that texture. It's very flattering. It's something that I would go for on like a day-to-day basis. If I had like a desk job or something like that, I do see the appeal with these. I really do. It's just like, are these worth like I think they're $63. I just think for this one, I wish that there was more variety within the shades. That's the only reason why I ranked this one last. But, but my next palette is also the Dior. It's the Mirage palette. Now, I like this one a lot better because this one is, you get the more variety. You get the like finisher type shades, and especially this shade in the center. This shade's beautiful. Again, if you want like full swatches, I would check out that video I did on these. But it's like, these are really beautiful. It's just, I like this type of eyeshadow. Like, I want you to be able to see my eyeshadow. That's the only downfall I think with these is it's so soft and so subtle. That goes for the Dune palette as well. They're so soft that it's like I have to sit there and build and build and build. I did use these in that video that I featured the Dior. I find that these apply best, honestly, with your finger. Like, I feel like even if you're that person that is, like, stuck in traffic and you do your makeup while stuck in traffic, these, it's like you just slap it on with your finger and it's like, it looks blended, it looks flattering. These really are, honestly, they're like a beautiful texture. It's just not typically what I look for because I like something to be a little bit more pigmented. I like a variety of the textures. Whereas like these ones, they almost remind me of like the Tom Ford Wet Dry formula. Very much on that same level. They're bougie, they're extra. I do really like the packaging. Dior is one of my favorite brands. I really love their products. So I'm like, I think I'm just at the point where I'm like, listen, I need to accept the fact that I just am not the biggest fan of luxury eyeshadows just because of what I typically look for. I'm going to try to find a picture because guys, I honestly haven't been taking that many pictures of me doing my makeup. So I'm like scrolling through my Instagram. I'll show you this picture right here. I'm pretty sure I'm wearing both of these palettes on my eyes. Like I kind of mix them. I think I took this picture after I did my video. At least I'm pretty sure. I featured my hair in this picture, but I'm like, it's something very soft, very subtle, very natural. You know, it's not going to be for everybody. It's going to be a very, I think, niche type of market for Dior eyeshadows. I'm just like, listen, I know that these quints have such a hype around them, and I'm very surprised. I'm just very surprised considering there's so many amazing eyeshadows on the market, and not that they're not amazing, it's just a totally different vibe than what I typically go for. Does that make sense? I feel like you guys get it. This hair, I'm like, the wet look was the vibe today, guys. All right, so let's move on to number 5. Number 5, I'm pulling in the Rare Beauty. This is the Discovery palette. This one surprised the shit out of me. The only reason why this is ranking lower is I think it's got a great price point, a great variety of the textures. It's just the lack of dimension for me. Like, you have 2 slightly deeper shades, but it doesn't necessarily give me everything. But what surprised me about this palette is this shade right here. I did a TikTok on this, and I'm like, I feel like that TikTok got a lot of traction because this is a multi-chrome. I don't think anybody realized that, and I don't know why Rare Beauty is not featuring that. Because I'm like, this shade, like, there's some companies that charge like $20+ for a shadow like this. This eyeshadow palette's I think $29. So I think it's a great price point. It's got just different type of packaging. It looks like almost like a soap dish. We've talked about this before. But it's a cute color story. I think this would be ideal for travel. This does have a pressed glitter, which not everybody's the biggest fan of that, I know, but it's stunning. It kind of reminds me of like the Juvia's Place pressed glitters, but not where it's got that super like jelly type finish. Like I don't know, I just remember getting a Juvia's Place texture that was like this. I feel like their textures for their glitters are kind of all over the place. It's almost like a cross between, I would say, Juvia's Place and like the Tati Beauty. Maybe Tati is closer to what this reminds me of, but I do think that this is a beautiful palette for a good price point. The textures aren't completely my jam. This shade right here, it like barely shows up on me. I saw Michaela. I'm sure everybody knows who she is. She's on TikTok. She's very, very well known on TikTok. I saw her do a look with this eyeshadow, and it's like, it shows up so good on her. On me, I was like, where is it? So for me, I'm like, I just wish that this had a little bit more and this would have ranked higher, but I still think that this is a great palette for a great price point. So I'm still very happy with it. And that multi-chrome, if y'all didn't see my TikTok, you should go check it out because it is beautiful. I don't even think I took a picture using this palette because it doesn't capture nearly as pretty. I didn't post a picture. I've literally posted like 3 pictures of myself in palettes this month. So guys, I know you guys like to see the pictures of the eye looks, but I think the place to find me now is like TikTok because I've been doing like tutorials on how I get certain looks and stuff like that. So that's where I would recommend you should follow me. Next palette, number 4 is going to be, I put the Melt Cosmetics Mary Jane at number 4 simply because the textures of the metallics aren't necessarily my favorite, but this palette is fucking stunning. I love the cool tones in here. It definitely gives me like Natasha Denona glam. It has so many similar, like I haven't compared the two side by side, but these 2 shadows in particular, this is that like metallic formula that I could fuck with because it's a lot softer. Oh my God, I just almost dropped it. It's a lot softer and it's a lot easier to work with and they're just smooth. Like these are just textures that I can get so down with. They're beautiful. But the only reason why I rank this at number 4 is because I'm like, all right, it's a little bit more of an expensive eyeshadow palette. And I don't necessarily love all the textures. I do think we could have gotten a little bit more variety, you know? I haven't done a dedicated video to this yet, but if you guys still want it, let me know. But even this brown, it's just, I don't know, like I don't have a ton of cool tones in my collection. I've got like the Glam, the Sultry. I feel like I've got 1 or 2 more palettes like the Scott Barnes this natural palette that's got a little bit of a coolness to it. But it's just like, all right, these metallics are so pretty. It's the metallics that are on the end. So this one here and then this one here. These are formulas I would strongly recommend you should wet. Simply because they are that more like chunky, they almost look unflattering. Like when you run your finger through them, you're like, wait, what is that? Like, what's happening right there? If you wet them, you'll get that intensity that you look for. And it's almost like an easier to work with formula. But all these other ones, like these three right here, the mattes in this palette are beautiful as well. But Beau, Santa Maria, and Bamba, those are beautiful formulas. Sweet Lucy, it kind of leans more along the lines of these ones, but it's still not bad, but that is a more like chunky texture. But it's like, it's the shades. Melt always just fucking crushes it when it comes to just designing the most unique undertones. You see how that one kind of fell off right there? It's like, I don't know, it's just pretty. I think if you have the Glam palette though, like you can't even see those when I just swatched them. If you have the Glam palette, I would say don't bother, just because I think there is a close enough overlap. What I wouldn't necessarily say you needed both, but I do think that the mattes in this palette are incredible. So this is the picture. I took one picture of the look that I did with the Melt palette. So this one I'm just like, I think it's Nisa. Melt shadows don't work well for me. I have a love-hate relationship with Melt Cosmetics because I am one of those people that I'm like, I want to love Melt so badly because I love their aesthetic. I love just, I don't know, like I feel like if you were to wrap me up and like picture me as a brand, it would reflect Melt Cosmetics as far as like the grunginess, almost like the badass type of vibe. It's like bad bitches. You know, I love that shit. And I'm like, I am wanting to love them so much. And I'm like, every single palette I've tried, I'm always like, all right, I like it, but I don't love it, except for the Muerte. Muerte and the She's in Parties, those were the two that I was like, all right, I can get down with these. But there's always something that I would change about them. And I feel the exact same way with these. Like, I would change these two formulas. Like, if they just made, you know what, I'm going to say those three. If they made this shade, and this shade, if they made them this formula of these other three metallics, it would have ranked probably #1 because those formulas, they're so smooth, they're easy to work with, they've got like a beautiful sparkle to them. They truly are beautiful, beautiful palettes. And I think where Melt nails it is their color stories. They're just got that uniqueness. And it's like every time, it's especially Bailey Sarian. Like whenever I see Bailey Sarian using Melt palettes, I could instantly be like, that's a Melt palette. Because I feel like the just blendability and just the overall aesthetic, it's just so unique. There's just something about their undertones and their color stories that I just feel like is so unique. By far, though, the worst palette I've ever gotten from Melt are the Beetlejuice, though. I'm sorry, that's probably an unpopular opinion. Guys, I forgot to say I'm drinking coffee today. Little sip for the break. All right, so that was what, #4? Next palette I picked up. Well, I didn't pick this up. This was actually sent to me. Next palette is the Kaleidos Astro Pink palette. This is such a beautiful palette. I fucking love this, but there's two other palettes that I just thought were a little bit better. So I love this color story. This is just a color story I can get down with. The blue in here kind of throws me a little bit, but then when I see looks with this palette, I'm like, okay, it makes sense. But I love this palette so much because they have the most beautiful metallic formula. I adore, oh my god, I just adore the Kaleidos formula. They just look, I don't know, there's just something so spectacular about them. I just think that this is a solid palette. As far as if this is a color story that speaks to you, and I think it's like $24. The price point's not bad. I think one of the best things about Kaleidos, though, is their packaging. Like, it just feels high end. I don't know. It's just such a nice brand. I can't wait to see that new palette that they coming out. I'm pretty sure I'm going to get it in PR. But this one, I'm just like, all right. And this black, it's got sparkles in it, but that's the black that's actually on the outer corner as my wing. It's so intense, but it's got that beautiful, like, sparkle to it. But it doesn't go crazy when you apply it to your eyes. I just find, like, especially for doing something like this, it just applies super pigmented, but then it blends so nicely. Because you know how some blacks, you're just like, oh shit, it just got super patchy. You know, I don't think I took a picture with this one either. I just kind of used it on a random. I think I was wearing this in a video. If I could find it, I'll link it down below where I was wearing this, but I know I didn't take a picture of it, but I'll try to be better for next month, guys. So that was number 3, the Kaleidos Astro Pink. And then number 2, I was not expecting to like this palette nearly as much as I do. This is the Odin's Eye, the Norn palette. Now this palette, guys, I feel like I was sleeping on this so hard because, like, this is the green that's on the inner part of my eye right now. Their metallics remind me a lot of Terra Moon. If you've ever tried theirs before, at least the Terra Moon that I've tried. But man, oh man, like, it's the textures, it's the colors, it's the unique formulas in it for me. Because, first of all, the shade Pink Chameleon, this is like, you're not going to be able to see it as good, but this is like a multi-chrome topper. So I actually have this over, I'm going to have to take a picture of this after I do my hair today because it has the most beautiful reflection of a bunch of different colors. Like, you're not going to be able to see it nearly as much as I want. Like, with these lights back here, like, I love the aesthetic. I know I'm going to have to start, like, inserting close-ups of stuff because it's not going to capture nearly as good. If you have seen the Kaleidos, the, what is it called? Space Age Prophecy Highlighter. It's almost, like, identical to that. It's got a super smooth formula and a lot of different reflex in it. But one of my favorite shades is Amber Palace because it has this, like, marble texture to it. Let me give you guys a zoom so you can see, actually, like, what I'm working with right here. So it's got this, like, marble texture to it. This is the green that's on my eyes right now, but even this purple, they're just, I was not expecting to like this nearly as much as I do. I'll swatch that green just so you guys can see how it looks on my finger. But look at the shine, the reflect. Fuck me up. I'm going to do that Pink Chameleon on my index finger to see if you guys could see it a little bit better. You can't. It looks almost like an angelic, like, duster type shade, like, right here. But on the eyes, I don't think you guys are going to be able to see it. But look at that fucking eye look today, guys. I'm really proud of that eye look today. Let me swatch these out for you guys just so you can see what I'm talking about. I was just like, all right, I saw, like, decent reviews on this, but I'm like, I feel like this palette is so slept on. I actually, you know what? I have Pink Chameleon. That's what's on my inner corner. See how it just got that multi-chrome look to it? It's a fucking vibe. I love it. So this one, I'm like, all right, I had no intentions on picking it up, so it was sent to me by Odin's Eye, and I'm like, I'm so glad that I have this. I cannot wait to use the Erd palette, because that looks so pretty. So this one, that's a run, don't walk. And I think it retails for like 30 bucks. The packaging is beautiful. Like, they have really, like, nice quality packaging as well. So Odin's Eye, I wasn't as impressed with their last palette. What was it? The Alva 2? That one wasn't my favorite, but I love the fact that this doesn't have any pressed glitters either. This palette's fantastic. I love it. But I had a hard time picking between these two because I'm like, if I were to pick which palette, like, inspires me, which palette I think is more fun, I do think the Odin's Eye would rank higher in those regards. But I kept reaching for this Too Faced Teddy Bear palette. I'm over here like, it's so fucking basic, but in, like, literally the best ways possible. I wore this, like, I reached for this so many times. Where's my picture? I know I posted one picture. I think I posted TikToks with this as well. But this palette, I'm just like what? It's so, like I said, it's so basic, but it's these metallics in here. I just feel like Too Faced, like, got their mojo back with this palette. I don't know. It's just one of those color stories that I'm like, you really can't go wrong. If you're a basic bitch, you'll love this because it's got great formulas, great variety of shades. I wish that it had, like, 2 shades instead of these big pans. I hate that Too Faced does that. Packaging is really cute. However, I wish I pulled out my Too Faced palettes today. This packaging is a lot smaller. So actually, this is more ideal for travel. But if you like the, like, chocolate bar palettes, for example, this is significantly smaller. I think the amount of product, though, is the same. It's just the packaging is a lot smaller. So just be mindful of that. But I kept reaching for this, and I think that's why it stands out to me so much, is like, I think it's just a good, like, staple type of palette. Something you could just pull in if you use, like, singles, and you just want, like, the basics. This is where I feel like this comes in, but then having those, like, pops of the metallics, and it has, like, just the formula that I like. It looks smooth, it looks shiny, it looks reflective, but it's not accentuating the texture like I know a lot of eyeshadows can. So this one for me was the overall winner, and I was not expecting it whatsoever. But I gotta say though, this fucking palette from Odin's Eye, man, I'm shook. I'm fucking shook at just, like, everything about this. I honestly think if I could rank this easily, number one, it's just, okay, it just came down to it. I used the teddy bear more. I just kept reaching for it more. But even the shade, this Optimism, it's... Shut the front door. It's so beautiful. Guys, I'm telling you, don't sleep on this palette. If you like this color story, it is truly stunning. So guys, I've been ignoring the chat the whole time, and that was pretty quick for me to get through. We've been here for 21 minutes. That's not bad. What palettes did you try this month, and which palettes did you love, hate? I want to know, because I'm nosy as all hell. Let's see who's in the live chat. I see Ronnie, Mrs. Unnecessary. Let's see, Mrs. Unnecessary said, Brit, does that bottom purple shift to blue? Let me see. I don't think it has, like, an intense type of shift to it, but I do think that it has... You know what these remind me of? They remind me of Adept. This reminds me of a shade in the Adept. I think it's in the Ninhydrin. I think it does have a slight shift, but I wouldn't say, like, oh my god, it's a duochrome. I think it's just, like, the shade itself, because it's got... it's got almost like the purple base, but then it's got like green and blue reflex in there, but I'm not noticing, like, if I move it around, I don't see like a huge shift with that one. But it has like a blue tint to it, I think. I know, Amanda, for real, trust me, I'm like, girl, I was not expecting. Oh, Karen Harris is here! Of course you're here for a palette video. Guys, Karen does these videos too. Make sure you go check hers out. When are you posting yours, Karen? Or is it live already? We need to know. Katie said she hated the Rare Beauty one. Really? Oh my god. I think... Listen, alright. If that didn't have... Like, if this palette didn't have the multi-chrome in it, that would have ranked lower. The multi-chrome in this palette, she definitely saved it. So I'm like, all right, it's fine. Like, everything else is just fine. It's basic. But that multi-chrome, I'm like, oh shit. And I'm just like, why do these companies not promote, like, when there's multi-chromes? I don't understand. Oh, please do this eye look live. See, this is the thing. Whenever I do eye looks live, they don't come out nearly as good as when I'm just, like, sitting in my element and just, like, I was like listening to the Scott Barnes time travel series while I was doing this. I just, like, zoned out. And, like, this is what I come up with. If I'm live, I get so distracted. So this one, I would, like, have to film it or something, because I could probably not do this live. It's just one of those things, because you're trying to entertain the people. You're trying to give you guys valuable information. I would have to sit there in silence to probably recreate this one. I mean, I could try, but... Marc Jacobs palettes are so nice. I've never tried Marc Jacobs, I don't think. Thanks, Karen. This took incredibly way too long yesterday. Way too fucking long. I can't even tell you how many times, like, the purple lights, how many times I moved those yesterday. It was a problem, because I'm like, this shadow drives me crazy, but I like how it lights up the whole wall like this. So I just said, fuck it. Good morning, Venice. The weird gray purple was so hard to blend. Yes, I did notice that with that shade as well. I did. I actually have that partially on my eyes today, though. I think it worked because I remember I used the Refer 13 and I just kind of placed it in the crease and then I blended it with different shades. That's kind of the fun thing about doing these videos too, is like I'm using all these palettes all together and just coming up with just whatever the hell comes out. I have no plans ever. But with today, I looked at the Norn palette. I'm like, okay, I want to use this green. So I kind of just kept pulling just shadows that I felt would, you know, go. But I probably should, if I was more prepared, I probably should start, like, filming when I do this. But then it doesn't necessarily show you the whole palette either. I'll try to be better at getting these videos better for you guys. I'm wearing all the palettes that I mentioned today on my eyes. Every single one of them. Thank you, Venice. The eye look is beautiful, though. Every time you turn the color shift, beautiful. Yes. Yes. Thanks, boo. The Blend Bunny palette is still one I reach for a lot, and then my singles. I think the Blend Bunny, isn't that the palette that Michaela, I don't even know how to pronounce her last name, the Michaela on TikTok, I'm pretty sure that palette she's been raving about as well. Oh my god, coffee is coming through today. The Marc Jacobs formula is so forgotten. They are great. I'll have to pick one up. Here's the thing though, like, what's going on with Marc Jacobs? Because it seems like when Marc Jacobs launches new products, like the whole holiday collection, it went on sale so quick. It seems like that's happening a lot. Like, I don't know if he's getting ready for like a rebrand or if he's gonna just, I don't know. I just always feel like his stuff's on sale and then it's usually like all sold out when I go in store. So I'm like, what's happening with Marc Jacobs Beauty? Because I used to love their products. I got the new, oh, I missed it. Oh my god, I totally forgot it launched the other day, that Lois palette. I was so mad at myself. Oh, you'll have to keep us posted, Romeo. Keep us posted, because I'm very curious about that brand. I haven't bought any new eyeshadow palettes lately, but I've been revisiting the ones in my collections. Doing a different brand every week. Fun. Yes! I love that. I know, it's always important to, like, remember to use the shit that you have. That's why I like incorporating the older palettes as well. What shade of the LYS blushes do you like? I only have the shade Confidence, and it's Gorgina. I love it. Oh! Thank you for joining us today. It's all matte. It's actually kind of awesome. Which palette are you talking about, Karen? Are you talking about the lowest ones? Oh, let's see. Karen, I know. I'm like, wait, which one is she talking about? Which one's all matte? Tell me. Blend Bunny Fire, best malette, vibrant purples ever. I love me some purples. I do love me some purples. Shit. My first Kaleidos purchase, Club Nebula, and the Escape Pod will be here the 4th. I'm excited to try the brand. They're so good. I think if you like... I love those two palettes because they're so different, but they have, like... I mean, obviously, my favorite thing about Kaleidos is their formulas. So it's like, I feel like you have one palette that's a lot more, like, neutral, but a little bit more toned down, whereas the Club Nebula, it has the depth, and it has really unique shades in that one. I think that there's such a great, like, contrast of one another. I love both of those palettes, though. Let's see. I hope it's a rebrand. Same. I hope they're not going anywhere, for sure. Let's see. I've been doing simple eye looks with a liquid color on the lid, a crease color, and some wing liner, but I want to get back into my palettes. See, I love palettes. I've been on, like, the same train, though, as you, like, throwing a bronzer in the crease, putting on some lashes, and just calling it a day. That's why I haven't really posted that many pictures. And then it's like, when I do actually do my eyes, I'm just like, I've been so busy lately, so it's like, I go to take my makeup off, and I'm like, fuck, I didn't even take a picture. I'm just dropping the ball real hard. Oh, let's see. You should get the Extra Vengeance palette. What brand is that by? I've never heard of that one. Yeah, Marc Jacobs and Tom Ford Beauty. What the fuck is going on? I just want to know where the fuck is that, like, Shade and Illuminate concealer. I am, like, dying for that. This hair. We're not judging the hair today, guys. I'm like, this is kind of a vibe, but now that it's drying, it just looks like hot trash. Whatever. You guys sign up for this when you subscribed. Let's see. Marc Jacobs is leaving Sephora, and SA told me. Huh. I wouldn't be surprised. Listen, the last Marc Jacobs launch was not good, I feel. I saw it, I think, I didn't personally see it, but I'm pretty sure I saw it in, like, I think it might have been Leah Janae, that the holiday collection was in, like, TJ Maxx. I'm like, what's happening? I ran out of my Chantecaille powder, and the flower powder collection isn't dropping here until late July. My feelings are hurt! Check Look Fantastic. Look Fantastic. They ship there, I'm pretty sure. Or I think they're worldwide, right? I could be wrong, but I would check there. There's so many retailers, too. Like, oh my god, I'm pretty sure Neiman Marcus, Nordstrom, Selfridges? I'm pretty sure Selfridges has it. In my Chantecaille video, I linked like all of the retailers. So definitely check that out if you are not able to get it through Chantecaille. Thank you. Let's see. I got my Hummer Powder Wednesday and my Flower One ships this week. Yes. Kindness LIS is so pretty too. I have a feeling like that'll be a formula that I end up getting all of them eventually. Because they're beautiful. Oh, the Blend Bunny. So it's all mattes. It's okay, Karen. Yeah, they wouldn't be a palette for me then. I like having the variety of the textures within one palette. I think that's what's so appealing. Like, if I want just like a full matte palette, I'm just going to reach for my Makeup Geek. I like having the that's, I think, one of the reasons that I'm really like drawn to this one too. It's because it's got all the textures and I just love that shit. I like looking at palettes and being inspired. When I look at an all matte palette, I'm like, okay, there's a time and a place for that. But the reality is, how often am I actually going to use only mattes? Very rare. That's just not my vibe. And that's okay. I love Kaleidos, but their toppers need a glitter glue with the sparkles fall onto my eyes. I hate using glitter glues, but I do need to get on that train. For real. I'm like, what the fuck, Tom? Hey girl, hey. Bergdorf, yup. I wish, but Mecca, like Australian Sephora, had an exclusive on Chantecaille. No other site shipping here. Really? Well, shit. Hopefully you get it soon then, because, I mean, it'll be worth the wait. At least, in my opinion. I'm actually wearing it today on my face as well. I fucking love it. I've been using it every single day. Oh, shit. Got your package coming to you in the mail. I just got my shipping notification. I can't wait. That's like super colorful, multi-chrome goodness. Or is it multi-chrome or duochromes? Indie Beat Cosmetics has a new palette coming out and it looks so pretty. I'm just like, now I usually love like my neutrals, but if we got special shades, I'm fucking here for it. I can't wait. Cannot wait to try it. I did get a package. Have you guys heard anything about, it's called Haley's Beauty. I saw them on TikTok and I feel like I saw Babs Beauty. Was it Kelly Strack? I saw like a few like bigger creators featuring their products and I'm like, I'm very curious. And then they sent me a package, so I have to try I think they sent me 2 foundations and then their loose powder. I've never heard of them before I got on TikTok though, and then I've been following them ever since. I wonder if Chantecaille would come to Sephora. I mean, I think that would be a really good move if they did. I feel like Chantecaille would be a brand that would fit so well at Sephora. I think so. Let's see, I don't know how to pronounce that. Pixie Exposy Best Glitter Best Glitter Glue type. It's game changer for multi-chromes and metallics and shimmers. So is that Pixie Beauty? I don't know. Freein Pixie Epoxy? Let me know if that's Pixie Beauty, because that would be right in Target, right? Odin's Eye blushes are amazing too. I just wanted to add. I have never tried their blushes, but I'm actually wearing their highlighters today from the Norn collection. I mix the, what is it? This is the only downfall with these. It's hard to kind of read because it's like pink packaging and then it's silver. Web of Destiny. This was the base of my highlight today. Look it. This deserves a zoom. This is one of the highlighters on my face. Look at the aesthetic of that. How beautiful. And then I was like, all right, that's not giving me the vibe. So then I pulled this one out. This one's even prettier. Look at that. It's got like purple. Oh wait, I got my dumbass. I went to use this and I dipped my brush because it has like a little sleeve. I sit there, I'm like dipping my brush over the top of the sleeve and I'm like, why am I getting no product? That was me today. But look at this highlighter. How beautiful. It's got like, it looks like it has like actual gold in there. And then it's got like a lavender. Oh my God. It's so pretty. So this is the top of my highlight today. These are stunning. Like, these are the most aesthetically like beautiful highlighters I've probably ever seen. I think these are so pretty. So those are the highlights that's on my face today. Haley is bomb. Well, I'll keep you guys posted that. I'm like, all right. I think so too. I do too. I think Chantecaille should definitely be on Beauty Lish. They would fit really well there too. It's by Freein. I've never heard of that brand. I'll have to check that out. But thank you. It's online. Okay, okay. Huh. Yes, Haley's been around for a while, but Jazz has been partnering with them for a few years now. Well, shit, I'm excited. I feel Chantecaille would go to Beautylish before Sephora. I hope it does both. I would love it if they did both. I mean, I don't have bad experiences, though. I mean, I haven't shopped from Chantecaille a ton in the past, but I feel like the few times that I have purchased through them, I haven't had any issues, but I understand the convenience of, like, Sephora. I think I would like them to come to Sephora just because I like shopping at Sephora. Returns, everything is just, like, so incredibly easy and just hassle-free with Sephora. Beautylish, I think, is pretty good, too. I do think that the customer service at Beautylish has gone down a little bit since, because I think that they started off so strong and so impressive, and then to kind of backtrack from that, it was kind of like, oh, you were doing things so good. Like, what happened? Thanks, girl. I'm wearing that Gucci. We the Gucci gang today. Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang. I'm telling you though, like, okay, I'm convinced. I did, if you guys missed it yesterday, I posted my April favorites yesterday. So I usually do my April favorites or my favorites on the last day of the month, and then the first of the following month, I post, like, these types of videos. So I was talking, I featured the Desi skin. Guys, I'm like 95% sure my skin has been looking so good because of the Desi skin. I don't know what it is about that formula, and I actually shook it when I used it today. It's just things lay so nicely on top of that, but then it's like even my skin, I think the Chantecaille powder obviously helps, but it's like my skin just looks incredible aside from the breakouts that I have, but I'm like, shit. It's just making my skin look so good. Oh, shameless request. Please remember, May is Lupus Awareness Month. Yes, girl. I got you, boo. Oh, little butterflies. NYX glitter glue is bomb and hella cheap. I've heard great things about that. I had it, but I never use glitter glues. I need to start. I just think back to Brit and that elephant eyeshadow palette. Karen knows. Yo, that thing had me so pissed. What lashes am I wearing? I'm wearing my... Guys, listen, these are so slept on. The Makeup Geek Ava lashes. Makeup Geek lashes are mad slept on. I think they're beautiful. Ava and Nicole are my favorite styles. Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang. Oh, I'm wearing my Karen Harris merch today. Karen! I almost forgot. Beautylish has gone all the way down. I had to, I don't know what that word is supposed to mean. An unused item. Oh, I had to return an unused item, and in my next order, they wouldn't ship until I confirmed I wouldn't return. Really? That's odd. I've never had that happen before. I returned, what the hell did I returned the, a Chico Hodo brush because it was hella scratchy. I'm like, I don't fucking think so. I am not spending $80+ on a brush and it be scratchy. Nuh-uh. It was the GSN 64, I think. Shit, that sucks. Did I see Juvia's Place do bronzer duos? I did see the new duos, but I'm like, listen, I've got so many bronzers right now. Bronzers, contours. I need to chill. I'm actually wearing the Wayne Goss today. I'm wearing one of the shades. I'm wearing the Wayne Goss. What bronzer did I used the Wayne Goss as the bronzer. What did I use as my contour powder today? If I remember, I'll post it in the description box of all the products that I'm using, but I did use that. I like that powder. I don't really like the contour for my skin tone. I think it's a little too gray. But I'll keep trying it. I'll keep you guys posted. Oh, let's see. I don't know what was more painful, to watch Brit use the elephant or the waiting room. Listen, those melt palettes were so fucking bad. Kara, I think it was like a contributing factor as far as, I think it's my skin adjusting to it. Because whenever I change something like a serum, my skin usually does break out. And then I also haven't been eating the best either. Like Burger King is bae. So I'm like, it could be that. I do think, though, that it is partially because of it, but I'm not breaking out, like, any more than I was. Like, I'm not consistently getting more. It's like I got, like, all my pimples, and now they're, like, all starting to go away. Does that make sense? So I do think it is a factor, but I think it's just my skin, like, freaking out. What lipstick you use? I'll link it, but it is... Where is it? I got the sweetest little birthday package from a subscriber. And I'm wearing the Chanel. This is the Chic Rosewood. I forget the exact name of these. Oh, wait, it's on here. The La Rouge Duo Ultra Tenue Gloss. Guys, if you're getting married, this is, like, the best lip product for that, I think. Because it's, like, this whole, like, liquid lipstick gloss moment, and this shit don't budge. Beautiful. So I have 3 shades now, but this was one that was sent to me for my birthday. Thank you. You know who you are. But I'll link that for you guys after. Right? It's Karen Harris's merch. Karen, this is still available, right? I'm pretty sure it is. Let's see. Laura said, just woke up. Girl, I'm surprised I was awake so early. Seeing Brit's reaction to things she's not a fan of, I would pay to see. I'm like one of those people, I'm like, I could be like, wow, this is great, and my face is gonna say, that bitch is that bitch is lying. The lie detector determined that was a lie. Do you have the palette of Kylie Jenner? No, I don't. No. Chanel, baby. Chupapi Moñeño. Oh my god, I can't. They're so good. So good. I have super sensitive skin, so I would love to try it, but eek, acne. I have acne-prone skin. So, here's the dealio. I would say, first of all, I would check the, like, return policy. I think that it doesn't... How do I want to say this? It's not, like, abrasive on the skin. It feels like a very nice serum. It almost feels like it's a liquid, but it has, like, a creaminess to it. It's a very unique formula to me. I like it, too, because I don't feel like it's making my skin look brighter. It's just making everything look smoother. It's so bizarre. Like, I'm like, wait, I thought the claims were to, like, brighten and make your skin glow. Because it doesn't do that for me at all, but it's like, I'm telling you, if you go back and watch my older videos and you just kind of see the gradual change, because I've been using it for like 2 weeks now, and I'm like, I feel like I just woke up one day and I'm like, what happened to my skin? Because it was like all of a sudden it started looking so good. I don't know what happened, but that's where I'm like, it's gotta be that. I tried, because I thought it was the Sicily primer, then I thought it was this, then I thought it was that. I'm like, all right, let's just play like the game of process of elimination. And the only thing that hasn't changed is the Desi. So I'm like, I feel like it has to be that. That'd be so fun. Australian makeup? Yes. I love the Duo Shadows winner. It's so pretty. So pretty. Oh! This is unnecessary. Not getting married, but I am celebrating 30th anniversary on the 3rd. Well, happy anniversary! That's so exciting. Isn't it sad that, like, it doesn't seem like marriages last that long anymore? I love, like, my favorite part about being a wedding videographer is seeing, like, the anniversary dance where it's, like, all married couples get on the dance floor. And then they just kind of, like, gradually have people step off, like, depending on how long you've been married for. I get so emotional, like, every single time when there's a couple that have been together for, like, 50 plus years. It's just so incredible to see. I was using the Desi serum, and now my skin is peeling. I have so much texture. I would say, because skincare is so tricky. If you can get past it, like, if you could keep trying it, because that's where I'm like, all right, my skin's freaking out. But I keep using it, because it's not making my skin feel any different as far as, like, it's not, like, tingling my skin. It's not going to do that for you. Or at least, I shouldn't say that because I don't know how your skin is. But it's like, your skin usually does freak out when you have something that is more effective for your skin. At least this has been my experience. So I'm like, if you can keep using it, because it could make your skin look amazing. I haven't experienced any peeling though on my skin. Those are so pretty. Britt, you're making me want that shade. Really loving the Chanel Lip Duos. So pretty. Let me compare, because I have this one here. I wanted to compare these two because I usually wear Tender Beige. This was the first one that I had. I want to swatch these for you guys if you're interested in them, because I feel like a lot of people were loving this shade here. And it's like, if you look at these side by side, they do look very similar, except, what the hell was the shade name again? Chic Rosewood is just a slightly bit deeper. And it has like, I don't know, like, I think my favorite thing about these is they've got that like slight, it's not glitter, but it has just like you could see little glitters in there, but on the lips it doesn't look metallic, if that makes sense. There's just something so spectacular about these, but they are pretty close. But Chic Rosewood is like a slightly bit deeper and a slightly more rosy than Tender Beige. So if you were eyeing either one of these, and then I got one more, but it has like no comparison to either one of those. I'll probably wear that in like a future video. How do you have a birthday and age backwards, this bitch? Call me Benjamin Button, bitch. Oh my god, I can't. Wearing a mask was making me break out like crazy. It wasn't really affecting me that much. I mean, maybe it was because I was breaking out right here, but I also don't wear masks that often. Like, if I don't have to, if I'm not in like a public place, and if I'm not around people, I don't really go anywhere anyways. Like, if I go into a store, I'm wearing one. But if I'm just like in my house, no, I'm not wearing one. And I also was using the, basically like the throwaway ones. I wasn't having any issues with that though. Oh, let's see. Good morning, Judy. Oh, you guys are so sweet, sending all the anniversary wishes. You guys are the best. Oh, let's see what you guys are saying. The Chanel lippies don't budge. Yes. That's why I say, like, if you're getting married, it's such a good... I want to do a video, like, if I were to revisit my wedding makeup. I need to put that on my list of things to do. But guys, other than that, we've been here for 47 minutes. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you guys did, don't forget to thumbs it up or thumbs it down. It just helps my channel out. And if you guys want to see, I think I'm going to do a Mother's Day gift guide tomorrow. And I saw, listen, I shared yesterday on my community page because Mo and Venice went live and they did a Mother's Day gift guide. And I'm like, I feel like I always resort to like the same type of shit. They did a luxury Mother's Day gift guide and it was so good. I'm just like, they just came up with like the most random things, but I'm like, I would never even think. They're talking about candles and crystal, like all sorts of shit. So if you guys want to check that out, it's on my community page, but I think I'm going to do mine tomorrow. I'm pretty sure it'll be tomorrow. So that's it for today's video. If you guys did enjoy it and you're new, why don't you subscribe? And I will see you guys in my next one. Okay, bye!